Well, welcome fellow travelers to your traveling buddy here, coming to you today from Lansing, Michigan. And I'm out here at Mount Hope Cemetery out here, which I've done several videos on. This is our famous cemetery out here where a lot of the founders of Lansing are buried, and also Ari Olds is right over there. His mausoleum is right over there. But I'm here, and there's all the other rich people and famous people that are buried here, but there's one person that I found out about years ago. Actually, before I started doing YouTube, I was watching the show Unsolved Mysteries, and there's a man they featured on there. His name was Howard Thomas Drummond. He was a recluse guy that lived in a YMCA here in Lansing, and after he passed away, they found out this man had bank accounts and money all over the United States, and it was almost he was worth almost $250,000. And the story on Unsolved Mysteries was they were trying to find his family, heirs, and it said this guy lived almost like he was poor. A lot of people thought he was homeless. He didn't spend a lot of money. He only spent, for food each day, spent like $6 on food. Wore the same outfit every day. That's why a lot of people thought he was wearing the same clothes. He had several outfits the same, and he was kind of a hoarder a little bit too. He never let anybody in his room at the Y. The Y, unfortunately, is no longer there, so I can't show you that except for on pictures. They tore that down a long time ago. But yeah, when he passed away, they buried him out here in Mount Hope Cemetery, and then as they were going through his belongings, they found all these records of bank accounts he had all over the United States. So let's go out and try and find his grave. So travel with me, will you? Like I said, this is Mount Hope Cemetery. And right over there is Ari Olds is the founder of Oldsmobile. He's buried right over there, his mausoleum. And Howard, according to the Find a Grave app, is buried right here in section H, row 3. I'm not sure the part. I found a section H. They got that part marked, but I'm not sure where exactly his grave would be. It's in this little section right here, according to the Find a Grave thing. I'm hoping I can find his grave. The only thing I'm afraid of is possibly because of the way he lived, he might not have a tombstone. He might be in an unmarked grave. It doesn't say on the app, but I'm gonna go look and see if possibly I can find his grave. Well, unfortunately, I went over it about 3 times, back and forth, and no sign of Howard Thomas Drummond. The only thing I could think of is because the way he lived, they did not give him a tombstone. You know that, and, you know, which is unfortunate because according to the show Unsolved Mysteries, they did find his family and they inherited his money. Seemed like they would have been nice enough to give him a stone, unless they really didn't care. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, you know, judge anybody, but it would be nice if he doesn't have a stone, if someday he can get a stone, because he was in the army, he was a veteran, you know, he deserves the honor. I'm gonna keep researching, and hopefully, and if you watch this video and you know exactly where Howard Drummond is buried, leave a comment below, because I would like to visit him and honor him, you know, because I was even gonna, because I said he collected, I said in this story that he collected, you know, shoestrings and rubber bands, and actually had a rubber band at home I was gonna leave on his grave, you know, in honor of him. Said he was just a recluse and he was a millionaire, basically. Alright, I stopped into their office up here. They gave me a map here and he told me where he's supposed to be. And he's supposed to be, see, this is he said right behind Pratt. So this is where he's supposed to be. So it says right here the Judson Mausoleum, which is right there, and here's Pratt. So Howard is supposed to be behind Pratt. So let's get in there, see. Doesn't hurt to go ask. I just got thinking about it. I was about ready to just call it, and I said I'll go into the office and see if possibly they'll give me the information. And he was nice enough. You know, I told him exactly what I'm doing, and unfortunately it looks like here I think he's possibly right here in an unmarked grave, because according to the map, that's Pratt right there, and he's supposed to be right here. And unfortunately, the only graves I see, there's a Rose E. Handy Jr., Eva Bailey Handy. This is Robert C. Lomax. Mary L. Can't see the rest of that one. It says Mary L, I think. And does it say Fred Dim? Yeah, so I am believing this empty spot right here is Howard. They believe Howard's right there. So there you go. I mean, it's sad he doesn't have a tombstone. Sad with all the money that, see, I don't think he'd be up here. Now passed by this area. Up here. Yeah, see? He's not up here. I believe that's where he's at right there. I believe he's right between those stones right there. That's probably his spot right there in an unmarked grave. That's sad. Very sad. 74-year-old Howard Thomas Drummond was a retired bank employee and a postal worker who moved into the YMCA in Lansing, Michigan in 1985. He rented a room for $49 per week, but did not want to pay the extra $5 a day to have his own private bathroom. He also ordered the same breakfast, fried eggs, bacon, and rye toast for $1.99. He also bought 2 more of the same breakfast, which he ate for lunch and dinner. His daily expenses on food was just $6. He also saved money and other items such as empty coffee jars, magazines, and rubber bands. He owned 8 pairs of white socks and identical suits and hats so that he could wear the same outfit every day. He seemed to have no friends and few acquaintances. However, the people who did interact with him felt that he was a kind person. He did practically the same thing every day at the same time. After talking with the manager of the YMCA, he would walk to the downtown Lansing post office. He subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, Forbes magazine, Psychology Today, Foreign Affairs, and Soviet Life. He regularly received envelopes from banks and sent out registered letters to banks. He also always visited postal worker Frances Dodge every day. He often gave her shopping lists written on the backs of old envelopes. He would always give her money to pay for the items. After completing his daily routine in Lansing, he would return to his room at the YMCA and never allowed anyone inside his room. Howard passed away on January 28, 1989. 2 days later, County Attorney Paul Rosenbaum visited the YMCA to settle his estate and find possible heirs. After 2 weeks, the attorney was able to sort out all of his papers. He found several interesting items which Howard's possessions. There was a diary that listed the headlines of news stories on stations across the United States. There were 3 watches that did not work. There were a large amount of shoelaces. Also, there were several pictures and newspaper clippings of Princess Diana. Paul also discovered that he had 11 different bank accounts across the country. A total of $249,746 was found in his belongings. Howard also carried a gym bag with him, but strangely was not found in the apartment. It is believed that some of his most important papers were in the bag. In the apartment, Paul found a key marked 29. He believes belonged to a locker at a bus station. It is possible the gym bag might be in the locker. There is a little known about Howard Drummond. He was born in Houston, Texas in 1911. The other child of impoverished parents. He served in the Army from 1942 to 1945. He was fired from a job at the California Bank for stealing Scotch tape. He later worked as a postal employee in Pasadena. He lived at YMCA's in Pasadena, Denver, and Dayton. The segment first ran on Unsolved Mysteries in November 15th, 1989 episode Solved. After the broadcast, Howard's half-brother and niece came forward and received the inheritance. Other relatives were also able to prove their relationship to him and received more of the money as well. The county was closed the case and is no longer looking for heirs. Well, there you go, guys. That's about all I can do. Then I believe that's where he's laying, right there. That's Howard. It's just too bad he doesn't have a stone. Who knows, maybe I'll get with Loretta, the Friends of Lansing Historical Cemeteries, and maybe we can raise some money and get him a stone, because he deserves it. I'm going to remember this if I do the flag planting thing on Memorial Day again. They actually put a stone out for him. I mean, actually a flag, because he was a veteran, and he deserves to be remembered too. So there you go, my fellow travelers. There's the story of Howard Thomas Drummond. He said a recluse millionaire that lived right here in Lansing. Said he was on Unsolved Mysteries, and they did find his heirs. And this is sad that with all the money that he supposedly had, his family couldn't have got him a stone. I believe that's where he's laying. I mean, I've looked around, and according to the map, he's right here. And it's just sad. And I'm going to definitely remember him if I do the flag planting thing like I did last year on Memorial Day. Make sure he gets a flag. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to point that out to my friend Loretta, and maybe we can possibly raise some money like we did with the kids of the boarding school. Those kids that we got tombstones for. Raise money to get them. Maybe we can raise some money to get Howard here a stone. Because he deserves it. I mean, yeah, he lived a simple life. I mean, like I said, you know what? And matter of fact, I'm gonna do something and honor him. Like I said before, he collect rubber bands. I found a rubber band at home. They said they found a bunch of rubber bands in his room and stuff like that, and shoelaces and stuff like that. Kind of hoarder, but I mean, he did it. So, in honor of you, Howard, here you go. We'll bury it right under this thing right there. There's a rubber band for you, Howard. Add to your collection. There you go. And because you were a veteran, I salute you, Howard. Rest in peace. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share me out. Share me out on all social media. Tell your friends, tell your family about me, so I can continue traveling and telling you stories about cool people like this. Also, leave me a comment. Any comments appreciated. Any ideas for me to do? Let me know. I just might show up and do it. So until next time, my fellow travelers, I see you around the mitten.